name is Tyler Kuhn, and I'm here today to present about the concept of realism. Now, realism is basically focusing not only on the poetic side that was characteristic of the Romantic period, but now it's more on the natural vernacular, no longer heightened any. And it captures the regional dialect of each respective area that the story is being told about. And the character is more important now than the action or the plot, which is a line of reasoning that differs from the Romantic period, and it features more complex ethical choices about what the characters are and who they're trying to be. The characters appear in their real complexity of temperament and motive and no longer have the romantic flavor to them. And these characters are all flawed, and that is a characteristic they share with normal people, and it gives them the more relatable factor to the common people. And the nature of the moral dilemmas make the work seem more realistic and relatable to, and it identifies the characters as clear creatures of their time period. The art in this time period was, in essence, a strong revolution against the Romantic period, and it no longer contained exotic subject matter or exaggerated emotions and dramas. It portrayed real and typical people in situations that you could find in real life with truth and accuracy, and it didn't avoid sordid or unpleasant aspects of that life. It depicted all classes and situations in which they would find themselves in a real, just normal day, and it often reflected changes wrought by the Industrial Revolution. Now, an example of this is Gustave Courbet's The Stonebreakers, and in this piece of art, it just shows two ordinary stonebreakers in their normal life. It doesn't hide anything about their life. You can see by their rugged appearance and their torn clothing that they're just average citizens, and there's nothing special about them. They're just two normal people. The music of this time period was characterized by what is known as the realism movement, which is Italian for realism. And the operas of this time period were also based on stories about how ordinary people from the working class were the new center of the works versus the kings and aristocrats of the old. And these stories, however, were often very violent, and they were often stories of passion and love, and these emotions often led to murder. And Giacomo Puccini's Tosca is one such work of this, and it is an intense, passionate piece about two lovers who then have a third party involved, and then that ends in unfortunate murder. Now, the social and political climate of this time period is more of a down-to-earth time. And in this time period, the Industrial Revolution created an influx of jobs in cities and led to less people in the rural areas and more people moving into the urban areas in pursuit of these jobs. Also, the Civil War occurred, and that ended slavery in North America, as well as mass immigration to the U.S. from the rest of the world. The literature of this time period showed different classes in society versus aristocrats, that trait of shying away from just the kings and aristocrats and focusing more on the common man. It emphasized the importance of the character and the ethical choices present of the characters. Now, to prove in support of this, this is a quote from Colonel Shepard of Huckleberry Finn. "The idea of you lynching anybody, it's amusing. The idea of you thinking you had pluck enough to lunch a man, because you're brace enough to tar and feather poor friendless cast-off women that come along here. Did you think you had grit enough to lay your hands on a man? Why, a man's safe in the hands of 10,000 of your kind, as long as it's daytime and you're not behind him." And this piece goes to show how it captures the realism in that it has the diction and the natural vernacular that you would find in that time period, in that social setting. It also shows the emphasis on the development of the characters and how they're relatable to the common normal people, and it shows how the characters have flaws as the rest of us do. Thank you.